Potential trade targets for the Dallas Mavericks. In Nico Harrison's early stint as the Dallas Mavericks general manager, he's shown he's not afraid to shake things up. After all, he managed to trade Kristaps Porzingis and his mammoth contract for Spencer Dinwiddie and Bertans. Then he sent the back third of the Dallas roster and a late first-round pick away for Christian Wood. So let's look at trade candidates for the 2022-2023 season that the Mavericks could pursue. Terrence Ross. Terence Ross was a guy in the 2012 draft that would have been a fantastic fit had he fallen to the Mavericks in that draft. Ross is currently in the last year of his contract at $11,500,000. Why would Orlando trade Ross? Orlando, like many teams, is very young and trying to figure out its path moving forward within the NBA landscape. Although Orlando loves the leadership Ross brings to the team, it would be doubtful he will resign in Orlando in the offseason. Trade proposal. Mavericks received Terrence Ross and Moritz Wagner. Magic received Josh Green, Dwight Powell, and second-round pick in 2025. The options for the Mavericks are limited, and they really should not currently trade first-round picks until they are out from under the final pick from the initial Porzingis deal, which is currently going to the Knicks. Additionally, with Dwight Powell entering the last year of the deal and the current depth of bigs the Mavericks have, Powell could be considered expendable. 1 year left on his deal at $11,080,125. I understand why fans would be upset by including Josh Green in this trade. However, Ross could be a guy who helps Dallas immediately, whereas Green could still be 2 to 3 years away from supporting an NBA lineup. Ross may be the elder statesman on the Magic at 31 years young, but there's still a ton of pep in his step that could help improve the depth of the Mavericks' second unit. Cory Joseph. With the Mavericks losing Jalen Brunson to the New York Knicks this offseason, Joseph wouldn't be an awful alternative. Joseph is currently in the last year of his contract at $5,155,000. Why would Detroit trade Joseph? Detroit currently has a good amount of depth at the guard position. Kemba Walker is still TBD, but with the addition of Burks and Ivy, Detroit has a ball handler to spare. Trade proposal. Mavericks receive Kevin Knox and Cory Joseph. Pistons receive Dwight Powell and a second-round pick in 2025. Kevin Knox is a former lottery pick still trying to find his way in the NBA, so why not take a flyer on a guy like Knox? In addition to being around championship culture with the San Antonio Spurs, Joseph could add veteran leadership to the Mavericks locker room. Joseph shot a career at 41.4% from 3 last season and can still handle the ball well. TJ McConnell. McConnell is the definition of a gym rat and is motivated to master his craft. McConnell is still owed $21.8 million for the next 3 years. 2024-25, $5 million is fully guaranteed 1 day after the 2024 NBA draft. Why would Indiana trade McConnell? The Pacers gave point guard Andrew Nebert a guaranteed contract of $6.4 million for the first 3 years, the most ever for a second-round pick from the collegiate ranks, which could make McConnell available in the trade market. Trade proposal. Mavericks received TJ McConnell and Daniel Theis. Pacers received Bertans, Dwight Powell, and second-round pick in 2025. I like the idea of getting off the Bertans contract. Theis is an excellent back center in this league, so if Christian Wood decides to leave Dallas in the offseason, this is a decent backup plan. Except for last year, McConnell has played 60-plus games in the previous 6 seasons. McConnell may not be a bomber from the perimeter, but the guy is scrappy as hell. McConnell dropped the casual 16 points, 13 assists, and a franchise record 10 steals last season against the Cavaliers. Mookie Blaylock was the last player to record a triple-double with points, assists, and steals during a game. RJ Hampton. This could be a chance for the Mavericks to live their own Jalen Brunson fantasy. Why would Orlando trade Hampton? Orlando currently has a logjam at the guard position with Jalen Suggs, Markelle Fultz, and Cole Anthony. Trade proposal. Mavericks receive RJ Hampton. Magic receive Josh Green. I hear your groans as you read this, but hear me out. In sports and life, sometimes you need a change of scenery. I'm at the point where I don't know what Josh Green offers the Mavericks as a player, and I don't think Mavericks do either. So why not reunite Green with former Dallas Mavericks coach Jamal Mosley? In 2020, RJ Hampton, the native of Little Elm, told the Dallas Morning News, playing with Luka and the Mavs would be super sick. This could be a deal breaker, but the Magic need to decide by the end of the month whether to exercise Hampton's team option for next season. It wouldn't be ideal for Hampton to break out for the Mavericks, as they would have potential decisions to make with Christian Wood. Last season Hampton was awarded the Rookie of the Month for May. Hampton was just the 7th rookie in team history to win after averaging 16 points, 7.1 rebounds, and 5.6 assists in 8 games off the bench. There might be more guys you think are out there for the Mavericks, and if so, let me know who in the comments. But since Dallas is in a tough spot regarding picks, their next big trade might be the last one while Luka Doncic is under his current contract. There's only so many moves they can make. Let's see what happens in the NBA, where things are never boring for long.